My name is Dr. Joe Jackangelo. I'm a Vice President and Director of Research for MWH, a large environmental consulting company. And I have 27 years experience in wastewater treatment, membrane technology, and water reuse, as well as public health. In addition to my position at MWH, I'm an adjunct associate professor at the Johns Hopkins University Bloomberg School of Public Health. I'm currently the chair of board of directors of the Water Reuse Research Foundation. I'm a past member of the board of directors of the American Waterworks Association. I'm also a member of the advisory committee to the board of the Institute for Public Health and Water Research and on the editorial advisory board for the Journal of Water Reuse and Desalination. On February 28th of this year, I chaired an independent committee of drinking water treatment experts that conducted a peer review of the treatment process for the Haverstraw water supply projects. The members of this committee were specifically chosen based on their experience and expertise in water quality, drinking water purification, regulatory compliance, and public health. Let me just go over briefly some of the members that were on our peer review committee. One was Dr. Christine Owen. She's the Water Quality Assurance Officer for Tampa Bay, Florida. She has 25 years experience in the drinking water purification, and she currently operates and optimizes 13 groundwater supplies and a large surface water and desalination plant. She's on the U.S. EPA Science Advisory Board Drinking Water Committee and served 2 terms on the U.S. EPA National Advisory Council Subcommittee for Environmental Policy and Technology. And she's currently a member of the Journal AWWA Editorial Advisory Board. We also had Dr. Richard Sakaji, who's Manager of Planning and Analysis for Water Quality of the East Bay Municipal Utility District in California. Dr. Sakaji was previously with the California Department of Public Health, and most of the time as the water treatment specialist for the drinking water program there at the state. He also served on several project advisory committees dealing with research from the Water Research Foundation as well as the Water Environment Research Foundation. And finally, Dr. John Tobiasen, who is a professor of civil and environmental engineering at the University of Massachusetts, who has over 34 years experience in teaching and consulting experience in the environmental engineering, as well as that may be related or is related to drinking water supply, treatment, distribution, with a focus on many of the processes that are proposed at the current treatment plant. He's past chair of the AWWA Water Science Research Division Board of Trustees. He's a member of the peer review editorial board for the journal AWWA. I'm here this afternoon to report on the findings of this peer review committee regarding the design of the purification processes for the Haverstraw water treatment plant. The committee obtained extensive information from the United Water regarding the proposed project, the pilot plant studies that were conducted, and the proposed process design. We received this information ahead of the meeting so that we could come to the meeting, have reviewed, and be totally prepared with questions and comments during our deliberations. We spent the entire day evaluating in detail the purification process and the overall process design. Let me just briefly hit 5 points of conclusions and findings based on that day of review. The water quality of the Hudson River is comparable, this is the first point, to other major supplies, such as the Delaware River, the Ohio River, the Mississippi River, the Susquehanna Rivers, that serve much of the northeastern portion of the United States. The one aspect that is of considerable difference is the salinity of the water, which varies throughout the year, being similar to freshwater supplies, from being different than freshwater supplies, and goes from brackish to fresh, etc. Based on the data we reviewed, we did not see a reason from a water quality perspective why the Hudson could not be used to produce a high quality and safe drinking water. United Water and its consultant conducted a very extensive and comprehensive pilot testing program over a period of 12 months that far exceeded, from my experience of conducting numerous pilot studies, far exceeded those that other utilities undertake in designing a water treatment plant. Over 100 constituents were evaluated, including those that are currently regulated, as well as many that are not. All of the appropriate biological, chemical, and physical contaminants were adequately addressed in the pilot program. It is the committee's opinion that the comprehensive nature of the water quality testing program and the results reported provided a sound basis for the process selection for the proposed Haverstraw water treatment plant. Thirdly, based on our deliberations, our committee concluded that the proposed purification process is the appropriate one for the water quality of the Hudson River. The purification process follows one of the most important and time-proven water treatment engineering principles, and that is providing multiple barriers to contaminants when treating a raw water supply. The selected process includes chemical pretreatment coupled with a pre-sedimentation step to remove large particles and a portion of the natural organic matter in the raw Hudson River. This step is followed by a low-pressure membrane process to remove smaller particles and microorganisms. Following this process is a higher pressure process called reverse osmosis, which is another membrane process used to remove salinity and the remaining natural organic matter and most of the other dissolved material from the water, such as organic chemicals of concern. The last step in the process is disinfection, which is applied to inactivate or kill any remaining bacterial viruses. The use of the dual membrane process, low-pressure membrane filtration followed by reverse osmosis, is state-of-the-art treatment intended to meet both current regulations and those anticipated in the future. It should be noted that this type of purification is currently being designed in several communities worldwide for the desalination of seawater. The proposed purification process will consistently produce safe drinking water that meets all state and federal standards. These processes were sufficiently challenged during the testing program, especially during the 2 tropical storms that hit the area last year. So in conclusion, the Independent Process Review Committee believes that the proposed purification processes will provide a very high quality and safe drinking water for the residents of Rockland County. Thank you very much.